nation his word in truth and in sincerity. To the 12 tribes scattered abroad, we know in this world side of the world, as the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans, who this gospel is for. Right? To you, I say Shalom. To you sisters, to your ribs out there, learn signs to stay in order. I say to you all, Shalom. Right, I saw this article, right, from the People's Voice, called the WEF declares war on breathing. Quote, you will pay for the air you breathe. Right, fair use, fair use. This is for educational purposes and for commentary. Right, so here's the World Economic Forum telling the people that you will pay for air that you breathe. Like, it's bad enough that you giving up like 20% of your income. Right? So like, technically, you know, taxes, we don't even gotta pay taxes according to the so-called founding fathers of this nation, in America, aka Babylon. But the swindlers, right, the people in power, the people who control the banks and, you know, the money, always find ways to put money in their pocket. This is why, like, space military, right, the space wars, they call it, right, was just created for another way to funnel the people's money into another endless program that sucks the money out of the people. Now, the air being taxed, so to speak, is another way, another avenue to drain the people, right? And that's why in the book of Isaiah it says that, you know, not to put your trust. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get it. Salakia, bear with me. So Isaiah 36 and 6. For lo, thou trustest in the staff of this broken reed. Right? And this reed that they're speaking of is like a walking stick. Picture a walking stick, a wooden walking stick. Old, decrepit. Right? It's not a nice one. Right? Though I trust in the staff of the broken reed on Egypt, right, which America, aka Babylon, is also referred to as Egypt, as it says in the book of Revelations, referring to Babylon, right? It is Sodom and Gomorrah and Egypt all wrapped up into one, right? And Egypt symbolizing oppression, right? This is the capital of oppression, right? Because this is where predominantly the children of Israel are. It says, whereon if a man lean on it, will go into his hand and pierce it, right? So this stick, you leaning on it, thinking that it's gonna help you walk and get you to your destination, but really, it's broken. It's not made for you to lean on and depend on, right? It would only hurt you. And this is why the leaders of this country could get away with, you know, taxing air, something like air. Like, how do you tax air? How do you, I mean, they're gonna find a way, but I'm saying, like, how do you measure that? Like, okay, you took in, you know, 20 barrels of air today, or 30 lungs, right? They're not gonna measure it like that, but they're gonna charge you on a monthly income or some shit, or a weekly income. But this is the people who have trust in and believe in and are proud to be part of this golden city that everybody wants to come to. It's like people are masochists, man. Like they love to get beat. They love oppression, man. Like you look for ways for this place to save you, whether it be financially, whether it be spiritually. Right, whether it be financially, where you don't want to work no more because the government will pay you this amount X if you're poor, so you purposely go out of your way not to provide for yourself so it can take care of you, right? And you believe that this country owes you that, so you don't work or make your own while you're a willing and able body. You know, if you trust in the government that much, that you're willing to be lazy and let this world dictate what you do because you want to get that check on a monthly basis, then you're doomed, right? Once they threaten to take those comforts away from you, you're willing to do anything to get it back, right? For example, if you have to get, the jab in order for you to live in subsidized housing, like the projects or Section 8, then you're going to go ahead and take that because you have no other choice, because you have no other skill, because you trust so long into this broken reed, this system, this bullshit lie of the American dream that, whether you're middle class or upper high class, you're always living amongst your means, because this country, this place is a trap, it's a snare to keep you, kind of like gambling. When somebody has a gambling problem, they don't notice all their money is going down the drain, but they go every week thinking that they're gonna win, they're gonna get something out of the system, man. But it was set up and broken to begin with. This is the system that the people trust in. This is Isaiah chapter 30, verse 1. Woe to the rebellious children, said Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, that take counsel but not of me, and that cover with a covering but not of my spirit. Right? I know that Romans 30, I believe it's Romans 31. No, it's not Romans. The Romans. Hold on, so let me get it for you. I don't butcher it. Oops. Romans 11. Nope, not that one. Salakia 13. Salakia is 13. Saying 31 backwards. Romans 13:1 says, "Let every soul be subject unto the higher power, for there is no power but of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. The powers that be are ordained of God," right? So somebody will take that and say, "Hey, man, the Lord put Esau here and in this place, so we gotta follow the system because the Lord put it." No, that's not what that's saying. That's saying that live at peace, right, and keep the laws of the land, so they don't get you into any issue. That's really what that's going about. It's not telling you to break the laws of God because Esau said so, but it's saying just be wise. So as scriptures say, agree with thy adversary quickly. It said, whosoever resisted the ordinance of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, and they that resist, all shall receive to themselves damnation. So somebody will take that and be like, yeah, but we gotta do this, we gotta take the jab, or we can't eat. But no, the scriptures clearly say that y'all should not make markings on your flesh, right? whether it be tattoos or putting poisons in you to save your life. That's trusting in the system. That is not allowed. Right? It's the same thing. Go back to Isaiah 30. It's Isaiah 30 and 1. Woe to the rebellious children, said Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, that take counsel but not of me, and that cover with a covering but not of my spirit, and that they add sin to sin. Right? Because you're going to go all the way off. When you trust somebody else, not only are you worshiping that power, right, whether it be man or the system, whatever it may be, you trusting on something outside of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And we all know that the Lord is a jealous God. Right? He deserves all the praise plus more. So when you go somewhere else seeking salvation, well, that's where the problem lies, right? Yahweh Hashem Yahushai always drew a line in the sand when it comes to loyalty, right? Scripture say you cannot eat from the table of devils and from the table of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Right? Verse 2, that walk to go down into Egypt and have not asked of my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh and to trust in the shadow of Egypt, right? This place is going down, man. Right? For all the wickedness and all the oppression and adding affliction to afflictions. Right? He surpassed his authority as far as, whooping the Israelites. He went way beyond what he was supposed to do. Right? The Lord had used Esau, but Esau took it way too far, man. And now he's going to have to deal with it. Right? The scriptures say that when he tries to establish the enterprise, the Lord's going to, paraphrase, and confound him, right? He's not going to be able to. Right? But I say that to say this, man. More oppression is coming, and we got to make sure that we lined up with Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, so that we use this knowledge to the stability of our times, because it's going to come a time where we're not going to be able to work, because we know that the line on the sand was drawn in, and we know what side we want to be on. We don't fear man that could kill the body. We fear Yahweh, who could kill the body and the soul. So yeah, man, all of this is more ways for Esau to shut your money off, right? When that C-hip comes in, like, oh, you didn't pay your breathable tax. Sounds stupid, right? But that's just more ways for him to say, hey, you don't have enough credits. We gotta shut you down, or you can't take the bus today. You used up too much air, and you don't got enough credits for that. Just a bunch of wickedness, man. I pray this lesson was edifying. I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kaha Kudash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS who I learned from. Shalom to those for like preaching his word in true sincerity. To you ribs, to you sisters out there learning silence and staying in order, I say to you all, Shalom.